Hello again, grade 2. It's Mr. Bedford here, and today, you've guessed it, it's time to do some more maths work together. On Monday, I gave you a challenge to work with increasing number patterns. Well, today, we're going to be working with decreasing number patterns. So increasing, that meant that the numbers were getting bigger each time we jump along the number line. So what would decreasing mean? Before we begin, let's have a little quiz and check that we've been doing lots and lots of excellent learning all together. Let's see if we can remember some of the answers to these 3 questions. Again, on your piece of paper, you just need to write down the answer A, B, C, or D for each of these different questions. Question 1. All patterns must have a A, system, B, repeat, C, rule, or D, number. Write your answer down on a piece of paper for me. Question 2. What does decreasing mean? Does it mean A, repeating, B, getting bigger, or C, getting smaller? Again, go ahead and write your answer down on a piece of paper for me. Question 3. What does increasing mean? Is it A, repeating, B, getting bigger, or C, getting smaller? Again, pop your answer on a piece of paper and we'll check all of these at the end of this little tutorial. So we're going to be looking at decreasing number patterns today. And as I've said before, you will need a pencil and a piece of paper. We're going to be extending some of these decreasing number patterns, and also I'll be asking you to write down the rules for some different number patterns that I will give you. So, as we said before, increasing means the numbers are getting bigger. So, what does decreasing mean? Well, that's right. Decreasing number patterns have numbers that will be getting smaller each time. With increasing number patterns, each of the rules we were adding. With decreasing number patterns, each time we jump along the number line, the numbers will be getting smaller, which means that we will be subtracting or taking away each time. Okay, we're going to have a look at some of these different number patterns now, and I wonder if you can write down the rule for each of the number patterns that you can see in front of you now. Pause the video for me, write them down onto your piece of paper, and we'll check the answers in just a moment when we've come back. Okay, how did you get on? So, let's look at the first number pattern. We start at 12, we jump down to 10, then to 8, and finally 6. What would the rule be for this number pattern? Well, each time we're going to be taking away 2. That's right. Okay, let's look at the next one. We start at 21, we jump to 18, then to 15, 13, 11, and each time we're going to be subtracting 3. For the next one, we've got 51 to 41, then to 31, 21, and of course, each time we're taking away 10. Then we start at 54, jump down to 45, 36, 27, and the rule for this one is -9 each time. That's right. Okay, we start at 60 for the next one, jump down to 45, then to 30, and finally 15. So the rule for this one is, you guessed it, -15. How did you do? We've got some bigger numbers now. We're starting all the way up at 501. Then we jump down to 401, 301, 201. And that's right, it's -100 each time. And lastly, 20 down to 16, 12, 8, finally 4. So the rule for this one would be -4. That's right. How did you get on with all of these? Okay, I'm sure you did a really super job. So, always it's important to remember that each number pattern has a given rule. As we've just seen, each of the rules for decreasing number patterns are using subtraction. We use numbers to create the same pattern each time, and with all decreasing number patterns, each time the numbers are getting smaller. We must repeat the same rule for each jump, otherwise it's not a number pattern. And the best way to be able to then continue that pattern is to first work out the rule just like we've done before. Okay, let's have a little practice, shall we? Again, you're going to need to use your pencil and a piece of paper for this one. We've got 4 number patterns here. Again, what I'd like you to do is pause this video here, and I'd like you to work out the rule for each of these 4 number patterns. So pause the video now, write each number pattern down, and then we'll check the answers together in just a moment when you're done. Okay, how did you get on? So let's have a look. We start at 30, then we jump down to 27, 24, 21, 18, 15, 12, 9. So the rule for this one would be, you got it, -3 each time. For the next one, we start at 50, we jump down to 45, then to 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. The rule for this one would be -5 each time. That's right. Okay, we've got some slightly bigger numbers now. We're jumping all the way up to 99. Then we come down to 90, 81, 72, 63, 54, 45, which would mean this rule would be, that's it, -9 each time. Okay, for the last one, we've got 44, jumping down to 40, then to 36, 32, 28, 24, 20, 16. You got it. It's -4 each time. How did you get on with each of these? Okay, so just like we practiced before with increasing number patterns, for these decreasing number patterns, I'd like you to write down the rule for each number pattern and the next number that would come in our sequence. We'll start off with an easy one now, shall we? We start at 100, jump down to 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40. So what would be the rule and the next number in our number pattern? 5 seconds to answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's right, the rule is -10. So the next number would be 30. Okay, let's try another one. We start at 60, jump down to 54, 48, 42, 36, 30, 24. So what's the rule for this number pattern, and what would be the next number? 5 seconds to answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you get it? Yes. The rule is -6, which would mean that the next number is 18 in our number pattern. Okay, let's try another one. We're at 27, then down to 24, 21, 18, 15, 12. So this time I'd like you to write down the rule and the next 2 numbers that would come in our number pattern. 5 seconds again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's right, it was -3. So the next numbers are 9 and 6. Okay, I would like you to now continue and extend our number pattern here, please. We're at 70, 60, 50, 40. Okay, write down the next 4 numbers, please. And for the next one as well, we're at 55, down to 50, 45, 40. Again, write down the next 4 numbers in our number sequence, please. Okay, we're at 26, 24, 22, then down to 20. Again, write down the next 4 numbers in our number pattern, please. Okay, now we're at 55, then down to 50, 45, 40. Again, write down the next 4 numbers in our number pattern, please. Okay, here's your final challenge. I would like you to make your own decreasing number pattern, just like we've practiced before. Show me again next week when we come back together. Well, thank you very, very, very much all for listening nicely. It's time to check the answers to your quiz, so go and grab your piece of paper from the very beginning. Okay, so we had question number 1. All patterns must have of course, they must have a rule. So we've been practicing today. What does decreasing mean? Of course, it means getting smaller. We're going to be subtracting each time, which means increasing, remembering back to Monday's work, the numbers are getting bigger. How did you get on? I'm sure that you've all done a super job. Well done. Now, just like I asked you just in Monday's class, in Monday's video, please make sure that any pieces of paper that we're working on with all of our pattern work, you put into your blue binder, please. So any of the questions and the answers that you've worked on today, any of the number patterns, any of the rules, please make sure that you put that into the math section of your blue binder. Well, thank you very, very much again for listening so nicely and for working so hard. I keep getting all of your work through and it's all fantastic. So well done. Keep up the excellent work. I'll see you very soon, everybody. Bye bye for now.